So this is a video about how to forgive yourself and move on. If you're anything like me, you've probably messed up loads of times in your life. First time that I really remember was when I stole some toys when I was a young kid. And I owned up to my parents. I felt just crushing, crippling guilt. There was a time when I had a complaint when I was a barrister, had a complaint by one of my clients, which really made me, feel so much guilt and go through a lot of emotions. And I needed a lot of help from more senior barristers to help me through that and figure out it's kind of part of the process. Different people have different opinions about what's right, what's wrong, and so on. Over the years, I've gradually learned the art of self-forgiveness. And I really realize now that it has such a high value. But it's not a process that anyone ever taught me. So I hoped in today's video that by sharing this process, it might reduce some suffering for you, if this is something that you have gone through or may go through again. So we've got a three-stage process. First stage is reality check. Second stage is self-compassion. Third stage is action. So reality check. Obviously, the reality of the situation is that we're all human beings. We all mess up. We can't really get around that. So as part of the experience of growth, evolution, learning, the human organism is designed to fail, figure out what went wrong, and to hopefully do it better or different the next time. And sometimes we need to fail more than once at the same thing in order to figure it out. So the reality check is you're human. This is not something that we can jump over. That sort of ideal of perfectionism isn't ideal. It doesn't exist. It's not even that helpful to even think that we can navigate towards perfect outcomes. We can't. The second stage is to rely on an underused capability, which is the capability of self-compassion. Now, when we mess up, we tend to not want to rely on this. We tend to want to beat ourselves up about what has happened, rather than to relate to ourselves as if we're kind of tending to ourselves, a bit like how we would with a best friend who messed up in a similar way. But this is, again, such a highly valuable skill, because if we can do it, it releases the next stage. Yeah, so remember, the next stage is action. So when we go in on ourselves, we're beating ourselves up, inner critic is kind of running away with itself, we're much more likely to isolate ourselves, hide away from the world, stick your head in the sand. It's that kind of energy, rather than be looking out for what are the lessons, what can I take forward from here, and what action might I take from here next. So the third stage is released when we've practiced self-compassion. The third stage is action. And this brings up the question, how do I make amends? And sometimes there are literally things we can do, whether it's having a conversation, going deeper into the apology. Maybe it's about exploring, what we're learning, what we have learned, what's come out of it, other ways in which we can ensure this doesn't happen again. All of that sort of resourcefulness comes online when we've allowed ourselves to relate in a healthy way through the experience of messing up. So we've got reality check, self-compassion, and action. So I hope that was helpful. If you are going through something similar and would like a bit of one-to-one help with it, then do feel to reach out to me directly for a coaching conversation. Thanks for watching.